So I'm a little tardy to the party of having a real opinion on Mortal Kombat 1 because as of right now, Mortal Kombat 1 isn't necessarily the most popular game right now, considering it's part of like a big three when it comes to fighting games. And with the amount of problems that it has that have already been revealed, a lot of people have shied away from the game, with a few stragglers in the game still whooping ass online, which me included. Now, I've played Mortal Kombat for literal years. I've played Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat 9, X, 11 obviously, and then up to Mortal Kombat 1, and then occasionally maybe a few other ones. I think I played Armageddon at some point. I don't know, I was very young then. But yeah, I've played Mortal Kombat for a long time, so I feel like I'm in the position to have a real, true, unbiased opinion about the game. Now, let me get into the title of the video. Is Mortal Kombat 1 still worth to play? The answer is yes, to a certain extent. Mortal Kombat 11 and X, they had a pretty good thing going on involving the gear system and the regular skin system, and the best thing that they ever put in, the crypt. Taking away the crypt was definitely like one of the fucking bullshit thing they could have done, because with that, you could have still had people in there still grinding for stuff, grinding for gears, grinding for materials, grinding for coins. If people even use the coins, I use the coins personally, mostly just to buy skins in the game, I guess. Like Invasion is still fun, I guess, but it's not really a fun thing to grind on because it gets really repetitive after a while. I played Invasion maybe like for 2 or 3 days, and then I got pretty bored of it because it got really like repetitive. I go in there, I follow a line, I fight somebody, follow the line again, I fight somebody, I open chest, I occasionally go into a freaking 3-man, 5-man tower, and then I go into something else doing a test your might, and then it just keeps going on and on and on and on. With the crypt was the most fun thing you could do because you actually had to like think, strategize, because there were so many things to do in there, especially for Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 had the best crypt system ever, like with the jump scares, with the gears, with the materials, and the system where you can actually go in there and reset every chest, so you can go in there all the time and open even new chests with the old chest, if that makes any sense. While Invasion, all you gotta do is the same repetitive bull the whole entire time, and it just gets annoying. But to a casual player, it could be a fun thing to do just to pass the time. You know, I go in there, I fight a couple people, maybe do a test your might, and then, you know, wash your hands and say call it a day, and then we go do something else, you know? And with the towers too, the towers, I mean, I can't really like say or complain about the towers because the towers, they've always been the same throughout every single Mortal Kombat game. They've been the same. You go in there, fight. There's like a 5-man tower, 10-man tower, and then a 25-man tower, endless, and then survive. It's been the same thing for the longest time. So for a casual player, that could be like the most fun thing you can do, especially for endless. See how long you can do it without freaking losing. See how big of a win streak that you can have, which me personally, I've always liked doing. So that's why I don't really have a complaint about the towers, because I've always done endless towers regardless of any Mortal Kombat game. But I do think that Mortal Kombat 11's tower system was definitely better because it doesn't matter, like it resets every single time. Like something's always different. Every gear system in those towers were always different. Like towers of time, that's what they're called. The towers of time was definitely the best thing ever in Mortal Kombat 11 because everything was different. You could always grind for gear, and you always kind of have like a good wait period to make sure the towers reset to the type of gear for certain characters that you want. For me, example, I've grinded for a long time to get every single Spawn gear because Spawn is definitely one of my favorite anti-heroes of all time. I've grinded all to the gear to the point where I got him to look identical to his classic comic book era, and I love it. But you can't really do that for Mortal Kombat 1 because there's no gear to begin with. The gear system in the game is ass. All the type of gear that you got is just mask or a weapon. For example, as of right now, I'm a Scorpion main. Yeah, I kind of switched up a little bit, mostly because Sub-Zero was way too slow, so I had to, I had to be a little bit basic and switch to Scorpion. But I still very much like Scorpion. So far, I got a win streak going on, not broken. Well, it probably will be broken after this video because I'm going to be playing some more after. Anyway, we're getting off topic. The point is, there's no gear system to grind on for Scorpion. All you got is the mask and maybe a different color palette. That's the gear system, and it's cheeks. Mortal Kombat 11's gear system isn't technically any better. They didn't really have too much to begin with as well, but at least they have different things that you could choose from mask, weapons, skins, and all that. With them, all you have is mask and a color palette. That's it. But for a casual player, that's not really a problem, because maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they don't really want to change. They just want to go in, fight a few people, and then leave. That's pretty much it. And of course, there's obviously the huge problem with microtransactions. Microtransactions is like complete dog shit when it comes to any type of games. Like there's some games where it's not too much of a problem, but that's because they don't really cost too much. With them, they want like $7 or $8 for like one character, or they want like maybe $5 or $7 for a freaking fatality. Like, come on. If it's gonna be like if you're gonna have like a seasonal fatality, make it seasonal. Make it a fatality that you could like earn throughout. Maybe like, for example, if Halloween showed up, that's something you could unlock during like a Halloween event in the game. That's what they should be, not freaking a microtransaction thing. Like, the fuck. But what's the one thing that's keeping players in? And that is the combat system. The fighting system in Mortal Kombat 1, it's better than ever before. It's a lot more better than MK11 and MK9. No, actually no. MK9 and X, that's when there was like the pinnacle of having the best fighting system. MK11, they kind of died it down, but MK1, they freaking made it so much better and so much more fun, to the point that that's what grinding you can do. Grind to the point where you can be the best fighter in the game. Try to pull out the most craziest combos, the sickest meter burners, freaking juggle all the way to the point where if you can connect your freaking X-ray, it's gonna be like the most sickest, illest, freaking highest percentile damage ever. Me personally, I can get Scorpion to hit up to 40%. I'm still trying to get to 50% at least. You know, that's the maximum for me. I'm trying to hit that 50%. And there's still very much huge sweats in the game because of all the crazy amounts of things you can do in terms of the fighting. The fighting is freaking awesome. The fatalities are way better than ever before, especially Sub-Zero with him having a freaking anime reference as his freaking fatality. That's so awesome. And the cameo system shocked a lot of people. It's way better than anybody could have ever expected. I'm very shocked about the cameo system. Like, it's so cool. It got in like, it's like really good to the point that a lot of people have certain demands for certain cameos. For example, Peacemaker. A lot of people really wanted Vigilante as a cameo fighter. Unfortunately, we didn't really get him. We got like a Johnny Cage variant. But you see, there were certain demands for Vigilante, and also it's visually beautiful. The story is really good. Now, let's be honest, a lot of people don't really play Mortal Kombat for the story. A lot of people go in there to freaking fight people, maybe cuss somebody out, maybe say a slur or two in there. Okay, look, okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, if you do that to me, I will fucking whoop your ass in the game and do major teabags. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, you get my point. Some people don't play for the story, but when you do play for the story in Mortal Kombat 1, it's beautiful. It's visually beautiful. All the characters look so vibrant and so freaking badass and well designed. The choreography in the game is so cool, and the acting and voice acting is also really amazing. Like, everything about it, when it comes to the story and cinematics, it's so visually beautiful and just amazing. They really took their time and money when it came to the visual effects. Like, it's so beautiful to the point that you be forgetting that you're even playing a game. Play the story for Mortal Kombat 1 and tell me that it does not look like that. It's basically a movie at that point. That's how freaking awesome it is. Like, it's on par with freaking Last of Us and God of War when it comes to the cinematics. It's so freaking cool. Okay, maybe I'm glazing too much, but you get my point. It's visually beautiful when it comes to the story and the visuals. While grinding for gear and cosmetics in the game is not going to be a thing for you in Mortal Kombat 1, but if you are a type of player that really likes grinding to the point where you could be the best fighter in the game and not like be touched at all when you're fighting online, like juggling to the point where your opponent doesn't even touch the floor, like they don't get a chance. Seeing that quitality, seeing your opponent like freaking snap its neck with a quitality is like the best feeling in the game. So let's summarize all I say. Is Mortal Kombat 1 still worth to play today? Yes, to a certain extent. Mortal Kombat 1 is good for the type of fighting game players that like to play to the point where they are just the most badass, most notorious fighter in the game without any type of freaking problems. Like fucking Mike Trelinsky, for example. Like, bro can like do the most craziest things in freaking Mortal Kombat 1, and it's freaking awesome. So if you want to be like a player like that, grind to the point where your skills in the game are so freaking notorious, then that's Mortal Kombat 1 is definitely the game for you. But if you're going inside the game for like type of content for like the crypt, different types of towers, or freaking grinding for gear and all that, then yeah, Mortal Kombat's not going to be for you. If you're going to be like doing all that, you might as well just buy Tekken 8. But yeah, that's my personal take on Mortal Kombat 1. The game is very fun to play if you really want to hone your skills in the game, but if you want to grind for gear and all that, then it's not the game for you. Anyway, that's going to be today's video. I very much hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you stayed into the end, I very much appreciate it. This is the very first video on the gaming channel, and I will continue posting videos like this probably like every Saturday, so it's gonna be like a weekly thing. If you like my short form content, I do have an Instagram where you can watch my short form content. I don't really do TikTok anymore when it comes to my gaming clips. I tried for like a good couple of like maybe 2 weeks, and they keep taking down my videos, especially my Mortal Kombat videos, and I got fucking tired of it. So I just decided to, you know, screw it, let's go to Instagram, and it did a lot better on Instagram, so hell yeah. All that will be right here. So yeah, all right, that's gonna be it. Miku, close the video.
Bye bye.